Hello everyone, welcome back to our C++ tutorials for beginners. Today, we will be creating a simple yet practical program in C++ to help property owners calculate the minimum amount of insurance they should buy for their buildings. So let's read the question together.
Many financial experts advise that property owners should insure their homes or buildings for at least 80% of the amount it would cost to replace the structure. Design a modular program that asks the user to enter the replacement cost of a building and then displays the minimum amount of insurance he or she should buy for the property.
So this program will prompt the user to enter the replacement cost of a building and then display the minimum amount of insurance needed, which is 80% of the replacement cost. Okay. So we are going to follow some 4 steps to be able to solve this question. Our first step is that we will create our variables, and we also be creating some constant variables for the insurance percentage, which is 80%. Our next step is that we will prompt the user to enter the replacement cost of the building. After the user's input, we will then calculate for the minimum insurance amount, which is 80% of the replacement cost. And then our last step, which is our fourth step, is that we will display our results. So let's start writing our code. So we are going to start writing our code by creating our constant variables. Okay, so we have one constant variable that we're going to create. So let me write a comment here as constant value. All right. So to write a constant, there's the syntax const. I'm using a data type called double for decimals, and then my variable name is going to be insurance percentage, because in the question insurance percentage was given as what 80%. So I want to create a constant value for that one. Okay, sorry, percentage, and I'm going to initialize it. It's 80%, which is the same as 0.8. all right. Yes, so that's it for my constant value. I'll then create my other variables. So create variables. All right, I'm going to create the data type that I'll use will be double, and I'm going to create 2 variables, which is going to be for replacement cost. Okay, replacement cost, and also minimum insurance. All right, great. After that, we are going to prompt the user for the replacement cost. Okay, so you have to prompt the user to enter the replacement cost. So prompt user for inputs. This step involves 2 steps. Okay, this stage involves 2 steps. The first one is that we first see out, bring our double less than, in quotation we write enter the replacement cost. Okay, and then you can bring your $sign. Yes, so enter the replacement cost of the building. Let me add of the building. So enter the replacement cost of the building, and then let me end the line. All right, after that we see in and double greater than what replacement cost, sorry, so replacement cost. Okay, and then after the user has entered the replacement cost, we now have to calculate for the minimum insurance. Okay, so I'll write a comment here. I'm coming, let me scroll up. Okay, so I'll write a comment here as calculate minimum insurance amount. All right, so what do? We say minimum insurance is equal to what? Our insurance percentage, which is 80%. So your insurance percentage, which we first created a constant value for it, times the replacement cost that the user just entered. So that's going to be for our minimum insurance. After that, what do? You have to display our results. So I'll write a comment here as display minimum insurance amounts. All right. How do I display it? I'll see out. I bring my double less than here. In double quotes, I write the minimum insurance amount is, let me bring a semicolon here, and then I'm going to add a dollar sign, okay? Okay, so my minimum insurance amount is, then how to bring another double less than, and then minimum insurance. All right, and I'll end the line. All right, so yes, that's it for our code. So you say minimum insurance amount is what, and then the minimum insurance will then appear. Let's run our code and see what we have. Okay, so you've been asked to enter the replacement cost of the building, okay? So you say okay, the replacement cost of my building is 1,000 or 10,000, okay? And then it will be calculated for me as well as the minimum insurance amount is 8,000. So it's calculated what? 80% of the 10,000 that I entered. All right, so yes, that's how you calculate or solve this question, okay? Yeah, I think when they entered the replacement cost of the building, I made a mistake which I didn't bring a space here, okay? So I can modify the code by creating a space there. So let me go to that place here. So there is it. Enter the replacement cost of the building. And if I want the replacement cost to come just near the dollar sign, I don't have to bring an end line here, okay? So that the replacement cost to be attached to the dollar sign. Okay, so let me run the code again and let's see. Yes, so right now you see that you'll be able to write it on that same line that we have the dollar sign. So let me enter 20,000 this time, and then 80% of 20,000 will be calculated for me as what? My minimum insurance amount is what? 16,000. All right, so that's it for today. In today's video, we learned how to create a simple C++ program to calculate the minimum amount, okay, of insurance needed for a property based on its replacement cost. You can try modifying the program to handle more complex scenarios or add more features. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up by liking it. Subscribe to the channel for more C++ tutorials, and leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below.